Okay, we have another layout of a proof. We've been doing that for the last few videos, and this one is the intersecting lines proof. So, we're going to step back and take an overall look of what we've got here. We've got our drawing, as we should, above the proof table. We have our proof table with our statements on the left and our reasons on the right, and we've got our given and the thing we're trying to prove. Now, we're going to do something a little different here. We're going to use indirect reasoning to prove that our given and prove over here. Okay, we're going to use indirect proof. All right, so let's take a look at our drawing here. We have got a horizontal line coming across CD and a vertical line here in pink, AB. We've got intersection X, and we've got an odd little point out here called Y. All right, so let's see what we have in the given. It's given that the pink line and the green line are intersecting. Okay. We need to prove that the pink line and the green line intersect at point X. Well, I know you can look at this and say, well, I can see it intersects at point X, but that's not the reason for doing proofs. The reason for doing proofs is to teach you how to think with logic and deduction. So even though you can just look at this and say, I can see it intersects there, we still need to step by step show why that is true, okay? So we're going to use indirect reasoning and indirect proof to do this, okay? So the way indirect proof works is you try to prove something wrong to prove it's right. Sounds crazy? Well, if the reasoning for it to be wrong is wrong, then it's right. Two negatives make a positive. So, here's the reasoning, okay? The indirect reasoning. The pink line and the green line intersect at 2 or more points. And if we assume this is true and add another point to the figure in a different location than X, that's why we made the point Y, okay? Then the reasoning would be that they don't intersect at point X. Because if there's another point, like Y, that they intersect at, well, then this is wrong. So we're going to prove this right by trying to prove it wrong. So the second point in the indirect proof is that the pink line and the green line intersect at only point X. So let's see how I got there. All right? We've got our given, okay? Pink and green are intersecting, given. And we've got the pink and the green intersect at point X and point Y. Remember, we're trying to assume that it's wrong to prove it's right. So we're just going to assume that they intersect at X and Y, okay? So our reasoning for this one, though, is this assumption violates, which means negates or proves wrong, the first postulate that says one and only one line can be drawn between 2 points. Okay? So, because of that only one line can be drawn between 2 points, then the pink and the green one intersect at only X. Because if possibility 1 is wrong or false, then you assume that possibility 2 is right or true. So, that is a way of doing the intersecting lines proof by using indirect reasoning, which is to prove something wrong to try to prove something right. It's almost like if you were accused of stealing something. Let's say you were accused of stealing somebody's cell phone from the library where the person was with their phone when it was last seen. And so they're going to try to prove that you did do it to prove that you didn't. And they would try to prove that you were in the library when proof shows that you were all the way across the school in the cafeteria. So by trying to prove you were in the library, and they can't because everybody in the cafeteria was saying, no, he was here. It's their way of proving you wrong to prove them right. It's silly, indirect reasoning, but that's how it works. If you need to pause the video and read everything and look through it again, it might be a good idea. If you did catch on, Then I'll see you in video number 45 when we do another layout for a proof, and the next one is going to be the parallel lines proof.